Bienvenidos a Zona Kite, el primer programa de TV dedicado al universo de Kitesurf. En Kite en primera persona, conocemos dónde comenzó la pasión de Stefan Spitzberger. En Kite Calendar, nos vamos a Dakhla, Marruecos, para ser testigos del evento final de la Copa del Mundo de la GKA. En Viajando con el Viento, seguimos a Ruben Lenten y Aaron Hadlow en una nueva temporada de On the Loose. En Kite School, aprendemos cómo hacer un board of transition en una tabla sin straps con la Zona Academy. En el clip del día, cerramos el programa a pura adrenalina con un action clip de Fly Surfer. Llegó la hora de entrar en la zona donde volar es posible. Esto es Zona Kite. El kiteboarder profesional Stefan Spitzberger habla sobre su ciudad natal, Evenzy, en Austria. Aquí es exactamente donde comenzó su carrera de kitesurf, donde se enamoró por primera vez del viento, el agua y el surf. Hoy en Kite en primera persona, lo llevamos a donde todo comenzó.
Traveling the world the past 10 years, I really got to appreciate home again. Austria might not be the windiest place, the warmest neither. There's no waves and mostly a hassle to find wind. But all our little lakes are basically asking for adventures. There are spots where you never thought you would be able to have a session on. And so is this one. Going from traveling all year long to staying home for more than a year was quite the challenge. But having sessions with friends that I grew up with, getting into a new sport and going on adventures made it better than ever expected. Even though it's not Hawaii, the local surf scene is just as keen to get on the water every day. Things that you do on somebody else. No. But they all see is you need help. Oh, but still you try so hard to cover up your games. You try so Conditions that make you go out of your comfort zone, undiscovered spots, and a rad surf scene. I wouldn't want to have it any other way. Seek your freedom and write your own chapter.
El GKA Kite World Tour regresa a Dakhla, un lugar que es conocido por sus olas épicas y viento constante, lo que lo convierte en el lugar ideal para el evento final de la Copa del Mundo de la GKA de este año. La presión es alta después del último evento en Dinamarca, donde no se logró ningún resultado debido a la falta de viento, por lo que todo se reduce a esta semana aquí, en el desierto marroquí.
So we're at the last spot of the year in Dakhla here at West Point, and we have some pretty good waves. The bank is good. You know, we're waiting for the wind, but it's going to be interesting.
I'm excited. Yeah, this is a really similar wave to my home spot, so it works well with me, and my equipment feels really tuned in here.
Heat by heat, turn by turn, trick by trick, and I'm gonna go fall.
Let's go for it. I'm ready, man. I'm relaxing. I'm not gonna fight for the world title because that's gonna be too hard. We know James is on fire this year.
World title, yeah. Well, I mean, if I win, it will come. So that's the goal.
Welcome to Dakhla, everybody, in Morocco for the final stage of the GK Kitesurf World Cup. We are here in front of the West Point Hotel. This location is known to be one of the longest waves in the Atlantic. You can just see these nice right-handers peeling all the way. Starts off with a chunky first section, then flattens out through the middle, all the way down to the end of the competition area where it jacks up one more time.
Condition is really tricky, you know? It's like light wind, small wave, but that's not gonna give me up, you know? I'm gonna do all my best. I learned with this small wave, so if I did before, I can do it now. So.
Final day of competition here, and we almost got all the way through. Started off in the afternoon with the men. We had to wait until about 4 o'clock until that wind started to come through. The main final, Ayrton Cosolino versus Pedro Matos. Ayrton starting off early, playing the Brazilian game, rode the waves on the inside, kept himself busy, even got a little bit of a handle pass, mixing it up in those marginal conditions. Pedro got a good way to start off, and then he waited until the closing seconds of the heat to get the last one. He needed a 7.94 if he was going to get past Ayrton, and he came out with a 7.4. So close, but it is Ayrton Cosolino taking the win here in Dakhla. Moving on into the mini-final, two duotone riders, James Carew, our new world champion, and Sebastian Ribeiro back on tour. Any heat in between these two riders is going to be neck and neck. Sebastian Ribeiro starting off early, getting a couple of big scores, and you could see he was in the moment, he was loose, he was flowing, and his surfing style was coming down the line. James Carew got a good one all the way from the back of the competition area, and then once again, similar scenario as we had with Pedro, waited to that final wave. He needed an 8.9 something if he was going to overtake Seb, who had the lead, and unfortunately came up with an 8.5. This is how close it is in these heats, so congratulations Sebastian Ribeiro in third position and James Carew in fourth.
I was going to the airport, but better, I'm gonna go to the podium.
Woo! On the women's side, we moved up to the semi-finals. Starting off on the water, we had Catarina Edin was going up against the Brazilian Marcela Witt. It was quite marginal conditions out there, but it was the backside riding from the Brazilian that gained her a place into the finals. Then we moved on to semi-final number 2 in between Capucine Delanois and Perry Roberts. Wind started to drop mid-heat, and unfortunately we had to go onto an abandonment. Then suddenly everybody started to pack up their stuff, but Dakhla was not ending. It was not ready to finish. Wind came back and we were able to continue through, and Capucine Delanois, with the biggest combined score of the competition, made it through to that final. Starting off the final in between Marcela Witt and Capucine Delanois, it was almost dark. We went as far as we could, but unfortunately there was just not enough time, and it went completely pitch black, meaning that for the GK Kitesurf World Cup here in Dakhla, in third position we have Joanna Catarina Eding and Perry Roberts, and in combined first position we have Capucine Delanois and Marcela Witt.
Vuelve la icónica serie protagonizada por Aaron Hadlow y Ruben Lenten. Sigamos estas leyendas del kitesurf mientras unen fuerzas una vez más para viajar por el mundo en busca de nuevas aventuras.
It was time for a new adventure. This time we headed out to the Canary Islands, a group of Spanish islands off the coast of northwestern Africa. Rugged and unforgiving volcanic islands known for their strong winds and beautiful landscapes.
We've both been to the Canary Islands before, but never experienced and explored it by boat. This was our chance to find unridden spots and track down the best conditions. As soon as we arrived, the wind was on, and we headed out for our first session.
Well, Aaron is finally getting ready to have a session.
Just been waiting an hour, just like normal.
Been waiting for days for this guy to get ready. Unheard of.
You still got to do your lines yet?
Oh, my line, shit. Well, give me another day, mate.
What a beautiful spot, bro. So good to ride together again.
Yeah, great session. I'm excited to see what tomorrow brings. Slept super good. It's nice. Just rock to sleep like a baby.
Yeah, try and find some wind.
There once was a ship that put to sea, and the name of the ship was the Bully-O-Tea. The winds blew hard, her bow dipped down, oh blow me, Billy boys blow. Soon may the wellermen come to bring us sugar and tea and rum. One day when the tonguing is done, we'll take our leave and go. She hadn't been to...
As has already checked the map and he knows exactly where we're going. He's good at that, kind of pointing out the right spot. So I think we'll be there in like 45 minutes.
Soon may the wellermen come to bring us sugar and tea and rum. One day when the tonguing is done, we'll take our leave and go. For 40 days or even...
We're always up for some adrenaline, and during the sail we spotted something that could work.
See it? Looks like a great way to start the session. I think we're gonna jump together.
It's alright. It's a big discussion going down with the right way to do it. Because if we go together, there's like an issue with the kites maybe crossing. Yeah, I think it's picked up a little bit. I think we take 9 and then bust off the top, and then hopefully it picks up even more, send some loops. And yeah, we'll go for a session afterwards anyway. Well, if we make it down.
Yes, and I thought it was a good idea to just huck ourselves off a cliff. The wind is just so turbulent here. 3, 2, 1, go!
So good. There was all sort of weird turbulence at the top there, but once the kite was up, it was good. And yeah, just doing it with 2 people was pretty sketchy as well, but made it happen. Unfortunately, the wind didn't pick up as much as we'd hoped for, so we decided to pack up and carry on to the next mission.
There was quite some adrenaline up there. We were preparing the kites, the guys were holding the kites, sweating balls because the kite was going like... It was just super gusty up there. But in the end, we got ourselves together and we both had our kite up in the air and then decided to jump together, and it was just freaking amazing just to see Aaron fly next to me. And then we had a safe landing. Oh, there he is! 500 meters swimming. That was great, brother. We survived. But it was great fun. That's what good friends are for, right? To do epic shit.
The wind got even lighter, so Aaron decided to jump on his foil, whilst we sailed to find a good spot to anchor the boat for the night.
Good morning.
Morning.
What are you doing?
Fully concentrated on my coffee making. Look at that. Getting ready for the day.
So what's today's plan?
Well, we're hoping today, we have more wind than expected. There's a small lagoon just around the corner that fills up at high tide, so we're just waiting for that should be in like an hour or so. Go for a little freestyle session. Let's see if the knees can take it.
Why can the knees take it?
Well, I had an injury a long time ago, and yeah, just when you push it really hard these days, it's hard on the body, the freestyle. I still enjoy it, it's still my favorite thing to do, but I have to just like take it a little slower than I would like. But yeah, let's see what we can do today. It's still going to be fun.
Looking good, wind?
The wind's really good, yeah. It's much more than expected. It's picking up. We've have forecasts for good wind most of the time, but obviously when it's in, like, you just have to make the most of it. And today's one of those days, I think.
The
first coffee. Waking up.
Aaron is a freestyle professor and he got really excited when we spotted that lagoon, whilst I was just freaking out as it was so super shallow. It's just incredible how he manages to pull off all those tricks with so little room for error.
The wind wasn't super strong. I was a bit underpowered on my 12 and it was pretty shallow, but I had to make the most of it. Alex was there taking photos, so I decided to bust out a couple of moves that would look good on camera.
Un corazón destruido no deja de palpitar, de palpitar. Mi amor es franco y fiel, no tiene fronteras, no maldad. Mi amor es franco y fiel, no tiene fronteras y no maldad. El río fluye, nunca solo está, no solo está. El río fluye, nunca solo está, no solo está.
Hey Rubes, launch your kite. I think it's time to find a better spot.
Okay, wait for me.
El río fluye, nunca solo está, no solo está. El río fluye, nunca solo está.
Ezza, you've been here before or what? Looks like we're riding at your nude beach, mate.
That's right up your street. Right, Rubes? The conditions feel pretty good though. Let's go.
Ezza, focus. Ooh, nice pair. I'm not sure if Ezza even spotted them. He's in the zone.
I'm not 20 anymore. Pretty sure I'll feel that one tomorrow. But it felt so good to launch in a few moves off the waves. That was well worth it.
Okay, let's get back to the boat and make a plan.
La transición con un board off es una muy buena maniobra para cambiar la dirección. El movimiento del kite es similar a la mayoría de las transiciones. Llévalo despacio desde las 11 a la 1 o desde la 1 a las 11. Para ganar velocidad en la nueva dirección, baja el kite fuerte después de aterrizar. Para comenzar, pisa atrás y empezá a subir el kite despacio. Con el kite por encima tuyo, popea con la tabla y baja la barra para generar una pequeña elevación. Patea la cola de la tabla fuerte. Levanta la rodilla delantera rápidamente. Esto va a ayudar a popear la tabla más alto y que te sea más fácil poder agarrarla con la mano. Trata de agarrar o grabear la tabla justo después de que se despegue del agua. Mientras llevas el kite despacio por encima de tu cabeza, gira la tabla 180 grados para poder aterrizar en la dirección contraria. Para ganar velocidad en la nueva dirección, baja el kite fuerte después de aterrizar. Recordemos los elementos claves. Popea con el kite cerca de las 12. Grabea el canto de atrás con tu mano delantera. Gira la tabla 180 grados y aterriza yendo en la dirección contraria. Disfruta de tu aventura con la Duotone Kiteboarding Academy. Para el cierre del programa de hoy, les dejamos un video de la línea Soul de Fly Surfer, para los riders que quieren un kite sin límites para todos los momentos. Zona Kite es tu zona. Vos también sos protagonista de nuestro programa. Suscríbete a nuestro canal de YouTube y entérate de todo lo que pasa en el mundo del kitesurf. Los esperamos en la próxima edición de Zona Kite.